Okay guys, we have a lot of events coming up here on the homestead, which means it is time to get our crap together and get this place cleaned up.
We're actually getting a big assist from today's sponsor, the Outisan e-Wagon Air. Now, we got an email about this and we were like, well, what's an e-Wagon? Why would we need an e-Wagon? We were a little skeptical, but I gotta say, when you have 20 acres and you need to move stuff around, where has this been on that? It actually comes in pretty handy.
And it's super fun.
All right, so first we need to go clean up at the Airstream because we're kind of slobs sometimes, you know? And we got people coming over and we want to clean up. But you know what? When you have a battery powered e-cart wagon thing, it's way easier. So first of all, what is an e-Wagon? Basically, it's a collapsible cart with a battery, wheel motors, and a braking system built in. There's this really cool smart handle on it that has a trigger and it senses which way you go. So if I want to go forward, it'll go with me, or if I stop and I push it back, it uses the motor to go in reverse. So that means you work as little as possible to get stuff where you need to go. It's a little aggressive. While we're down here at the Cactus Garden, which by the way is where our workshop is happening, we're going to be doing a planter, finishing the bench, but there's some crap here that we need to clean up because we're going to have it nice and clean when people get here. So let's throw everything we can in here and go put it in the garage. Now, I want you to listen to this. Listen really closely. Do you hear anything? Besides the cows and the coyotes and the dogs? It's really quiet, I promise. It's just like a light humming, whirring noise. Also, it has a light, which is actually really useful at night. Now, they say that you can fill this with 165 pounds and go up a 10-degree incline with no problem. And I really want to test this, but it is getting dark, and we're going to have to finish this tomorrow. So let's go put this stuff up, and we'll be done for the day. I'm ready. All right, we're back this morning. We could not find a hill on the homestead, so we had to come out to a place where the wash goes over the road near our house. And Ada is now towing me up a pretty good incline. I'm definitely more than 165 pounds. You know what's worse than hauling 165 pounds uphill? Trying to go downhill with it and not getting run over by it. So now we're going downhill and you can see it's actually pushing back against it and it's making sure it doesn't feel like she's getting pushed down the hill. And if we stop, there, it brakes all by itself and it just stays here. Nice. All right, let's go.
Jonathan got to do all the fun stuff, so now I get to do the crappy stuff of weeding the house. How many people have to weed their living room? Just me? Okay, we have some rain coming in this weekend, and I would like to go ahead and get all of these weeds out. And we'll just go fill up this cart and take them to our goats and give them a special treat.
One of the first questions I had before we decided if we were going to review the E-Wagon Air was, how are the tires? Because as you know, we've had an ongoing struggle with tires on anything that we have out here because of the thorns, because of the rocks, because nothing is paved, it's all dirt, and it's not the kind of terrain you would usually associate with something like this. The good news is it mostly works. The tires are rubber, but they're not filled with air, which is one of the first death knells for tires out here, because pokey things make tires flat. Also, they're big and rugged enough to get where they need to go. The only place we really see it struggling is where there's a lot of sand and if you have a lot of weight. I mean, it's kind of like any vehicle in sand, the wheels start to spin, right? So as long as you sort of avoid those really dry, sandy spots, it works great. Now, we talked about the smart control a little bit earlier, but I think what I didn't explain very well is that it just knows. It just knows where you're going. So if I want to walk backwards, there's a little trigger on here. I just pull it, and I just lightly start walking, and it goes where it needs to go. And if I stop, it stops. And then if I go this way, it does that. And if I speed up, it doesn't ever feel like I'm actually dragging it because it knows what I'm doing, which is kind of weird and creepy. I do wish it had a little bit better turning radius, but you can't have everything. Up the ramp, no problem. Down the ramp, no problem. Didn't push me down. And over all these rocks. So here's another good test. You know, we built this little ramp here for our wheelbarrows to build the Roundhouse. Did a long time ago, and it's got a pretty good little steep ramp up there. So let's see what it does. Not even pulling it. I'm gonna go over this bump here to get into the house. I wish it was hard-sided so we could put dirt in this thing. That would be really, really cool. They do have a bigger pro version, I think, with the hard shell, but this is all we got. That's okay. I could walk around with this thing all day. It's really fun.
A lot of people say, why don't you just let your goats out and eat all your weeds? We've tried that. They go immediately to all the nice trees that we've planted. And so, no, we can't just let them out and roam the property as much as we would like to. So we just weed and we'll give it to them because it's just a little easier. But it would be nice if we could let them out. Just, it's not possible.
We're waiting on the kids to bring the cart over.
How fast can it go?
Okay, so the thing we've been putting off all day, cleaning up our container shop area. You can see over here, we have all this wood from when we built the lintels. This needs to go away because people are going to be camping out here. This area we're going to try to set aside as like a camp kitchen. And then over here, we still got all the stuff from Shishugi bonding and burning those lintels, all those cinder blocks, all that stuff needs to go away. So we're going to load this thing up, see what it can do. So earlier we towed me up a hill, and it says it'll tow 165 pounds, but you can actually put more in it. So you can just like stand in it, which seems kind of crazy, but no problem. You can load this whole frame up with over 300 pounds. So you know what? We're gonna load as much of this wood in this thing as possible and see if it still works.
And you sit on top?
I don't know about that. That could be a little precarious. So something else cool that it does is if you have long loads like we're about to do, you can just fold that down and then it can sit out the back. The controlled downhill descent and smart braking makes this so much safer to use with heavy loads. And even though it has a removable battery pack, it's IP66 waterproof, which makes it easy to clean and worry-free if you're moving things around when an unexpected monsoon hits. Speaking of, the battery itself is 135 watt hours, which means you can go over 9 miles on a single charge, plus you can also use it as a power bank to charge up devices. I have to be honest, I'm pretty impressed with this so far. I did not expect it to handle this much weight and make it this easy to move everything around. Like, works much better than I thought it would. Now, it is a luxury. It's pretty expensive. It's like $600, but I mean, if you're moving stuff around all the time, if you got a bunch of gear, you're doing photography work, maybe you travel and you're going to the laundromat a bunch, or you live near a place where you might take your kids often, like, I could totally see how this would be worth it. A luxury, but totally worth it. At the end of the day, you can use the light to get where you're going, then quickly collapse it to save space, recharge the battery, and have it ready and waiting the next time you get a 50-pound package all the way down at your front gate. Where has this been all night? So how are you feeling? Do you feel a little more prepared?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
Listen, if you have appliances or tools or gear or even people that you want to move around large distances without expending much effort, I have to say that the e-Wagon Air totally won me over. I was not convinced this was going to be very useful, but I kind of like it.
I think Ada pulling you up the hill convinced me that it can handle just about anything.
What does that mean?
I mean, she's little and she's pulling you up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks again, Outisan, for giving us this e-Wagon Air for review. If you would like to get your own e-Wagon Air, just go to the link in our description, or you can just come to the homestead. You can go to our workshop or our meet and greet, and you could try it out yourself in person.
We'll let you drive it around.
All right.
Promise.
Either way, we'll see you there.